Hello, I'm here with my dear friend and alumni of the fresh alumni of the June 2024 Powerful Podcast Academy, Mr. Paul Brent from British Columbia, Canada, the Mr. Living on Purpose coach. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Payman. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure all mine. So I'd like to get your feedback on the chat, not the challenge, the academy you just completed. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and what you do.
Well, thank you for the opportunity again to be here
Welcome.
and be a part of the Academy. It has been a delight to learn from you and the others that have taken part in this. I am a law of attraction trainer. I have a training company and I provide coaching one-on-one for a program designed and called Living on Purpose. And it's a concept on 10 weeks of making choices in life rather than living by default, being aware of the choices that you make, and check in once a week for accountability, setting goals, boundaries, and things of that like. So that's what I do. I'm also a speaker and entertainer, commentator. I have the gift of gab and I have a voice that I can utilize, and that's where the empowering source comes in. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak about it. That is the title of my podcast that we have put together, and it's connecting people together like yourself and other high-powered individuals and people that we've met through the network that just want to help others find success in their life.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. So tell us, how long have you been thinking about podcasting before joining the academy?
Well, since podcasts became popular, I've said to myself, I could do that. That'd be a really cool thing to do. But I always had it in the back of my mind that I needed some super special skills or super equipment and things like that. But I've discovered now it was really my own self holding back. So I'd have to say, at least 10 years I've had a dream about doing something like this. And now here it is.
Beautiful. What made you decide to launch it now?
Being part of the Serving Circle, a group that I know you were involved in before, and
I still
still
am.
are as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's right. And there is a lot of people that have come through that. Tyson's a fabulous platform that he put together and introduced us all. And really, it was the fact that you put on the 5-day challenge of start a podcast, learn a little bit about it, and go from there. So I signed up for that. And then the opportunity came forward for the academy, which was to hone our skills and actually create, launch, and find success with the podcast. So here we are.
Awesome. And what made you decide to go with me and not with anyone else out there in the marketplace?
Well, to be really honest, it's the hat and the hair. You have a draw. Yeah, you have a draw in the way that you communicate and that you make it easy. We also had a great opportunity over the course of time to get to know each other on a personal level, and our stories are really very similar. And I believe, in law of attraction, that's what brought us together. I was looking for someone who I could relate to, who was easy to communicate with, that could speak, so to speak, the language that I needed to hear, and provide that confidence in me to be able to move forward. And that's what you've given. So again, I say thank you 100,000 times over.
Pleasure on mine. And, as the saying says, it takes two to tango. I can invite you, but if you don't put in the time or effort, it's not going to happen. But you actually made it happen. You worked with it. You took it and ran with it. So credit must go where credit is due. And that is you. You actually put in the work. Just like the saying says, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. So well done.
I adapted that one here in the last little while, is that you could lead us to the knowledge, but you can't make me think.
Oh,
however,
like
you triggered things in me that brought out a desire where I've introspected a lot, the steps, the coaching that you've provided, how to look into what's our story and be realistic about it, making the lists and honing down what it is, what's my message, where do I come from, and what do I have to offer? those were things that were so important and powerful for me. Not only did I find that clarity, but it also helped me heal along the way. So I found double value in everything that's happened.
Beautiful. Awesome to hear that. Speaking of that, what are your overall what is your overall thoughts on the program?
Oh, it's fabulous. Um, Between the connection that you provide for us and the support that you share, that we are now with technology, a message away to get, a spot here and give me 10 minutes or 15 minutes when you have a free time, and we'll jump on Zoom here. And now we're face to face. The support mechanisms are fabulous. The knowledge that you share, again, the tips and how it's so relatable is just fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You briefly mentioned a little bit. I'd like to dive deeper into that. Um, was there anything in particular about the program that really helped you, and why was it so effective?
I apologize for my technology at this moment. We are about to experience a storm, and that I am remote and I have a satellite uplink does have some interference that way.
No
In direct
worries.
answer, I mean, the guidance, like I had mentioned, the steps to take to find clarity on what's my message, who's my audience that I want to speak with, the assistance, your videos and your slides that you provided us that we could stop, we could check back on. Uh, I don't know, what was it? Probably at least 100 times you encouraged us to use YouTube, watch the video, stop it, apply the knowledge. So I did that as well as YouTube, but I found great value in the videos that you put out. So I was using those really as my base. And then I would, if I didn't quite grasp it, I would look for another video on YouTube and go from there. But everything I was able to do ultimately, from looking even back on your previous academies that you had, I was able to find information from that, which allowed me to jump ahead a little bit. So maybe bad student because I did that, but the knowledge was there. So it was a really great thing to have access to, and your platform, it's so easy. That was what I really loved about it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you think of the support in the community?
We have such a warm community, very welcoming members, uh, other graduates that have been through and have their own successful podcasts. I've also been in contact with them. I'm excited to have them as guests on my show and in rebuttal mine on theirs. We've shared information from publishing to broadcasting. In our group here, we had 3 different people that were past history of radio broadcast. So just being able to draw on each other's talents and skills and wisdom of that was phenomenal. Of course, we got sidetracked a few times in talking about great things, which just made it even better because we're not only colleagues in this venture, but we're now friends. And
Oh,
that's
yes.
a really, really wonderful thing. And that's what I really value, is that connection, that circle, the support mechanism, because I know I can reach out to you at any time, but that feeling is also there with everybody else. Graham, who was on our call here earlier today, as you know, he spoke out and said, we'll be in touch, and feel free to reach out at any time. And that to
Absolutely.
me is really what this whole thing is about.
It's the
Right?
connections.
The
Yes.
success circles, yeah,
The magic in the
multiple
connection.
dimensions, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. What did you think of the experts I brought in?
Oh, experts were fabulous,
Mm.
fabulous. I could not get enough of them, and I want to run through and say all their names, but I don't have the list in front of me, and I want to make sure I would do them all justice. Um, wow. Uh, Mishka, what a great character.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, uh, Deborah Blackman,
Oh, yes.
wonderful. Let's just keep on going. Mary Gooden,
Oh, yes.
right? And the author that she is, and she's been helping me with the idea of penning a book and getting things out there ready to go. It's just fabulous. So the quality of them and the caliber of information that they have is excellent.
Absolutely. Glad
And
that
everything has been useful, right?
absolutely glad that they've been providing value to you, and you liked what they had to offer. Now, let's put you on the spot. Give us a date when you will officially launch your podcast.
Give you a date. Well, I have my first official. Now I know you're going to go, oh, I thought I was going to be your first. So in all of this, I have your calendar opened on my other browser over here, ready to book my time slot to be with you, where I was going to discuss having you actually as my first release podcast.
Thank
But
you.
I just got my calendar set up itself, and I had to send out a few invites to make sure that the responses worked and things like that. So I had my first confirmed guest will be recorded on July 15th.
Wow. So are you saying your podcast is going to officially be born on July 15th?
Well, that's the recording date. I still have to do my edit and make sure everything's ready to go up online. So to be, fully open and in with all integrity, I'm going to say what's the first week of August if I had to pull up my calendar without the date, that's where I would say is in that first week of August.
Beautiful. All right. I'm looking forward to it. So now that you have your podcast, how do you think this is going to help you in your business?
Well, with what I've already put out, I did actually kind of go live with my first zero episode, and I had some feedback. I've got 16 subscribers to my channel already. And from that, I had one individual contact me. I had a meeting on Friday of last week with them. And we're looking into now end of August, beginning of September to bring them on board as one of my students for my coaching program. So
Wow.
I think it's just going to be phenomenal once I begin to make the connections and share the podcast and guest on others. I mean, that's the whole concept behind this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is build our credential and credibility through the sharing of the wisdom and knowledge.
Absolutely.
And from there, it's just exponential. That's what I see.
I'm excited for you. Earlier, before going live in the call, you mentioned that you implemented one of the teaching around press releases. Tell us about that.
Well, this is kind of a secret. I didn't tell my wife about it yet, but in reaching out to my friends that are in the media, I have one in the newsprint avenue. Actually, I've got a couple in the newsprint that are in transition between from paper to digital. But one is very sincere about the paper. There's something about holding it in your hands, and so he still wants to do the print. And he's been helping me put together information. I've had a few spots in the digital copy already, saying, here up and comings. But I have reached out when I was looking at one of the broadcast local radio stations for what I would need to have to get into their playlist or channels as being promoted. And I was actually offered a time slot to take composites of my podcasts and combine that with information for uh, playing their favorite songs. And that was kind of my thought was like, wow, that'd be neat. What a great way to jump in. So that's in the works right now, putting together my own 1 hour also radio show and going from
Wow.
there.
Amazing, amazing. Where do you think you would be right now if you did not take action and join the academy?
I would be sad and depressed, and I would be probably still wondering what I'm going to do tomorrow. And
Oh,
I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I mean, I've got a plan of things already to go. Like I say, I've got a friend in my local city because I am rural. And with this, thank you for your patience with my delay in
no
satellite and
worries.
things.
No worries.
But I do have a friend who has access for me to be at his home and utilize the high-speed internet connection that he has. So from there, I'll be reaching out. I'll be putting together my next modules and just growing. And I'm very excited.
I'm excited for you as well. Keep me posted. Last question. And if there's anyone watching that is on the fence about booking a call to talk to me and about implementing podcasting for their business, what would you say to them?
From my heart, I would say if you're wondering what to do, make the call and have the conversation. That's really the first step. And from that, you would know your options And I know because that's where I started off with as well. I mean, I was drawn into it to begin with because I was searching. So if you're searching, search no further. Payman is the man. He's there to help you. And that's what this is all about, is making these connections. And he's got the guidance, the wisdom, the expertise, and the track record to show you that what he is offering to us is legit. And it's of great value. It's the highest, most precious thing I've had offered to me in a long, long time. And it has completely made a difference in my world. So if that means anything, get off the fence, join in. Don't waste another minute wondering if that's what you want to do, because I have a hunch you're like me and you see the big picture, but you need a little bit of motivation. Well, there you go. I'm going to pull down the success circles and use my empowering source and say, come on in and come into the family with us and be part of our network. We all want the same thing.
Amen. Thank you so much, brother, from the bottom of my soul. It's been a delight. It's been a gift working with you. So thank you. And I'm super excited. Can't wait to see you take your gift and share them around you and around the world, loud and proud. Thank you.
Payman, the honor is mine. And we can argue this one back and forth 100 times if you want to. But really, what you've given to me is priceless. And I'm extremely grateful for what you've done for me and for my family. Because without the leadership, and that being from people like you who help me to be a better leader for my family, because they see what I'm doing, they see the change in me, and it's just phenomenal. So again, thank you, my brother. All the blessings to you, and I just wish that everyone could really experience this the way that I have.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much. And now just make as much money as you can to bless as many people as you can, and then pay it forward. Always. That's a way to pay your gratitude back, not just to me, but to the universe, so you can be blessed even more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I look forward to, is no more of that worrying and wondering, how am I going to be able to do this? How? I want to be able to be the one who says, you know what? I know you have this in you and I want to stand behind you. Let's do it together.
Absolutely. And with the grace of God, you are on the right track and you'll be there in no time. And you have a whole team behind you. You have me, you have all the community, and most importantly, you have the Almighty Lord. So when you have Lord on your team, you're invincible.
That's correct.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure, honor. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world. Your presence, your impact with everything you're doing, with your voice. What a voice you have. There's a saying that says, I have a voice for TV and a face for radio, but you have it the right way. You have a face for TV and a voice for radio, and a presence for the stage.
Well, thank you. Well, that I really appreciate. And I do hope that we get to connect in person at some point in our time. Yes. I know we have a date. If you ever get up my way, or for some past way that we end up in the same country at the same time, you'll know it. And we'll have that beer and maybe a cigar, just because we can say it. I don't have to smoke it, but we can pretend, and we can have a lot of fun, right?
And a nice stick to go along with it.
And that's where I'm.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely,
It'll be a fabulous time.
Take care. Talk to you soon. And I can't wait for you to also be on my podcast very soon. Take care. Cheers.
Bye. Absolutely. Thank you, Payman. Cheers.
Bye.